we wake, hear the birds and see the sun.
What's up guys, it's Nicole, also known as Nikki Vegan, and in today's video I'm going to show you some bits and pieces of a day in my life. On this day I made a really delicious and surprisingly easy vegan creme brulee recipe that is budget friendly. I've got a cool hack that ended up working really well. I'm also going to show you some of my favorite candles, my evening routine, and even the vitamins that I take on a daily basis. So from start to finish, I tried to make sure that this video has lots of helpful content, so let's get started. Hey guys, good morning. So today is a weekday, but I'm treating it like a Friday. So I have a lot of work that I need to get done during the day, but then tonight I'm gonna do my Friday night routine. There's a movie that I wanna watch and it takes place in Paris. And so I thought it would be fun to have kind of like French bistro style food and then try a fun dessert. I'm gonna be making vegan creme brulee, and I've never made creme brulee vegan or otherwise, and I'm really excited. No, that's not true. I've made it in restaurants all the time. Like I've worked in restaurants most of my adult life, and I've definitely used the torch and caramelized the sugar, but making the custard and everything from scratch, I've never done that, and I've always been a little bit intimidated by it, but I actually think that vegan custard is probably going to be a lot easier because there's no tempering, there's no egg yolks that could curdle, so I think it's actually going to be pretty easy. And so I found a recipe from Lauren Toyota, and I found a way to make it almost exactly the way she makes it, but a little more budget friendly. So I'm really excited to try that and to pair it with the movie and have a really chill evening, because my evenings have not been chill for the last few days. They've been, do you ever just feel like the evening goes really, really fast and all of a sudden you have to get ready for bed and it's like you just stopped moving for the day? I don't know. I feel like I haven't had time to unwind, so I'm gonna make sure I have time to do that tonight. But right now it's breakfast time, so I'm gonna go into the freezer. I already have some pancakes that I made. When I made them last time, I made a bunch and then I just froze them in a single layer so that I could easily just toast them up on a day like today where I want pancakes, but I don't wanna make pancakes. And it takes like 2 minutes maybe for pancakes, and I really love this recipe. I will put it in the description box below. So I'm basically just gonna toast them like you would a toaster waffle and then top them with whatever I find in the fridge, whatever looks good to me. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll show you how I do it. So this is my tropical mango pancake recipe. For me, it takes 2 rounds in the toaster to make sure that they're cooked all the way through. And they do get kind of that, like, you know how toaster waffles are like fluffy on the inside but crispy on the outside? That definitely does happen. So they're a little bit different than fresh, but still really delicious and crazy fast. On this day, I was really feeling peanut butter and jelly vibes, so I went for some raspberry jelly along with some unsweetened vegan yogurt, my favorite peanut butter at the moment, and then lots of sunflower seeds, because sunflower seeds not only add a nice texture, but they're super healthy, and I've been sprinkling them on everything. I'm just taking my multivitamin. This one is by Ritual. And you know how people say, where do you get your protein when you're vegan? And the answer sometimes is where your protein gets its protein, which is basically saying like that the cow that you're eating, for example, gets its protein from plants. And so by being vegan, you're just going straight to the source. You're going to the plants and you're not using a middleman. That's kind of the way I think about omega-3. A lot of times people think that you have to take fish oil in order to get omega-3s, but where do fish get their omegas? From krill and from algae, but where did krill get it? From algae. So you can actually get omegas from algae, and it's all vegan, and you don't have to have any fish involved. So Ritual makes it really easy because they have not only a plant-based, algae-based omega-3, but they also have D3 in here, which is vegan, meaning it's not from sheep's wool. And something I learned recently about multivitamins is that there's a lot of filler and like so much stuff that I never even would have thought was in a multivitamin, just like a bunch of gunk that you would not want to put in your body, especially not when you think you're doing something healthy like taking a vitamin. That's all in there as like filler, and they put colorants and stuff in there, and Ritual makes a point of not doing that. So I teamed up with them again because I really do take them every day. I love them and I can't recommend them enough. So I will put a link and a code if you want to try Ritual. Like I said, I take them every day after breakfast. It gets shipped to my house, so it's just like part of a routine that I've fallen into and I really, really like. So if you guys want to try them as well, check out the description box below and let's get started started with making that creme brulee because it needs to set. So I'm gonna make it now and then get ready for my day. As a recipe developer, I love knowing the science behind why certain ingredients work and what they do to create the final outcome. So I'm gonna kind of explain why these ingredients are there and what they do, because I think that's fun. So for example, a normal custard gets its structure and creaminess from the fattiness and the liquid and the protein that is found in heavy cream and also in egg yolks. But you can mimic that with vegan ingredients like tofu, which is going to have obviously a bit of water content and protein, and you can get a similar water to fat ratio from using coconut milk instead of heavy cream. I also love that this recipe has a little bit of nutritional yeast in it. It doesn't make it taste cheesy. What it does is it creates kind of a milkiness that is just very hard to mimic with any other ingredient, and it's just brilliant that Lauren decided to add that to this recipe. Now my budget hack here is to use a little bit of vanilla pudding mix instead of a vanilla bean. A vanilla bean is delicious, but it can cost up to $25 per bean. So this is a really great way to get a delicious vanilla flavor without having to spend a lot of money. So like I said, this is a Lauren Toyota hot for food recipe, so I will link her recipe in the description box below, as well as the modifications that I made if you want to change it and make it a little bit more budget friendly like I did. And I will also link those little ramekins that I used in the description box below as well. All right, so all my work is done. I've changed into comfy clothes and I'm going to clean up because I feel like that's the first thing I need to do before a relaxing evening is just kind of tidy up a little bit. I'm not gonna like deep clean or get sucked into that because I can really easily get sucked into like starting to clean everything and then the whole night is just gone, like the time just disappears. So I'm just gonna tidy so it's nice and cozy. I'm going to put my lamps on, some candles, you guys know, like just create a nice cozy vibe. I'm gonna make myself a little drink, make a flatbread, which I'm gonna show you, and then it'll be creme brulee time, which I feel like really we're just working to creme brulee because I have been thinking about it all day. So let's get started with that. Getting rid of some of the clutter really does help to make me feel a little bit more relaxed because that way I don't feel like, oh, I need to hurry up and get this done so that I can, finish the dishes or clean up my desk. It feels like it's already done and I can just chill. Now, I wanted to show you some of my favorite candles. These are both female-owned companies. These are vegan candles, and this Borealis candle company makes the most incredible scents. I'll put some of my favorites below. I also love this one from Lucky Candles. One of the things that's fun about this is one, it has a wood wick, so it makes a cool crackling sound. And two, you'll see at the bottom, it has some crystals. So when the candle is done, you can wash out the container and you get these crystals afterwards. Like I said, they're linked below, but this white currant scent is so homey and cozy, and I love burning it at the end of a day to kind of mark the transition between day and night. Now, since it's summertime, it's nice to have a spritz as a cocktail instead of like a glass of red wine or something, and so I've really been enjoying this combination. I use an elderflower and citrus liqueur with some sparkling rosé and club soda, and instead of just using plain ice, it's also fun to use frozen strawberries. Now on a night like this, I want an easy dinner because I want to be able to relax, and I just find that having something that feels a little bit like takeout or a bistro meal works really well with a movie night. This is definitely the easiest way to make balsamic vinaigrette. I love to do it in the actual bowl that I'm going to be mixing the salad up in because why dirty up an extra dish if you don't need to? I'm just going to mix together some Dijon, some balsamic, a little olive oil, a few drops of maple just for balance, and then I like adding some very finely minced white onion, or you could do shallot or chives too. Cherry tomatoes are so good right now. Make sure you're keeping them at room temperature so they have a ton of flavor. To make this a little more filling, I went ahead and added some potatoes, and whenever I'm boiling potatoes, I like to make extra because they're actually super good cold. If you've ever had a salad niçoise, you'll know that a chilled boiled potato just has the most incredibly silky, creamy texture, and it's really delicious in salad. And also, there's something about starch when you heat it and then let it cool, it forms, what's it called? Resistant starch, and that's really healing for your gut microbiome. So I love making sure that I have both warm potatoes and cold potatoes on a regular basis just because it's delicious and it's also really good for you. I love adding lemon pepper. You never think of adding seasonings to salad, but why not, right? You add it to roasted vegetables and it adds a ton of flavor, and it also just makes it look really pretty. And after dinner, I went ahead and made my creme brulee so that I could enjoy it while I was watching the movie that took place in France, in Paris. And I wanted to show you that yes, you can absolutely use a kitchen torch if you want to, and I linked one in the description box, but you don't need to. You can definitely make creme brulee in the oven using the broiler setting, and I put all of the exact instructions, super detailed and specific, because I know it can be a little intimidating, but trust me, it's super easy. I will put that in the description box below for any of you who are going to make this recipe at home. But the top gets, oh my gosh, so crackly and crunchy and caramelly, and then the custard was so smooth. The vanilla hack really worked because the vanilla flavor was very, very delicious. As you can see, I was like, I cannot believe I made this. It felt so fancy, and it's definitely something I'm going to make for my family around the holidays, and I'm definitely going to try to experiment with different flavors and stuff. But I enjoyed this creme brulee while watching Before Sunset, which I said takes place in Paris. It is the kind of movie that just feels like one long conversation, and oh, it's just, it's one of those that ends on a cliffhanger and you're just like, no. But it is a trilogy, and the next one takes place in Greece, and I'm excited because I do have my Greek Friday night movie night coming up. I know I've mentioned it before, and I've got recipes that are going to go along with all of that, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss that video as soon as it goes live. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you lots of good ideas. All of the recipes are going to be linked in the description box, as well as that link to Try Ritual, so definitely check them out. Like I said, I love them and take them every day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. Bye.